A Chesapeake man is in prison for a crime he says he did not commit. Brian Faulcon has spent the past decade trying to prove he is not the one who robbed a Chesapeake delivery woman in 2012. Now he's hoping DNA evidence and a winding road of head-scratching details over 3 trials will convince Governor Northam to grant him a pardon before he leaves office. I'm Jessica Larche, and this is what we uncovered in a News 3 investigation. Brian Faulcon was a junior varsity basketball coach back in 2012. He ran his own car detailing business too, so his arrest for the robbery of a pizza delivery woman took people by surprise.
Here I am incarcerated for a crime that I didn't commit, whereas my family, my son, all the kids that I coach, everybody else has to deal with it as well.
We combed through the evidence, and court records reveal DNA does not connect Faulcon to the crime. The silver gun the victim said the robber used to intimidate her doesn't match the black gun Faulcon legally owned. And this surveillance image of a different man who robbed a nearby 7-Eleven that same night, whose description more closely matched what the pizza delivery woman told police about the man who robbed her, was never shown to the victim as part of a suspect lineup. And the jury that convicted Faulcon didn't see it either. In fact, Chesapeake police never investigated a connection.
For Brian, it's tragic. It's inexcusable.
James Broccoletti is one of Faulcon's former defense attorneys. He said the victim's unwavering testimony about Faulcon, that she was 100% sure he was the man who robbed her that night, cast a shadow over other evidence he says proves Faulcon's innocence.
I think in her heart she firmly believes Brian committed the offense, but that doesn't mean he did it.
Brandon Smith says he can't believe his friend is behind bars either.
It's like the worst feeling. It's like being buried alive almost, like you just stuck.
He knows the feeling. Smith and Faulcon were both arrested for robbing the woman. You'll soon learn why Smith is free and Faulcon's in prison.
No, I'm just ready for Brian to be home, put this whole situation behind him.
It all goes back to 8:20 p.m. on January 23, 2012. 2 unmasked men robbed a Papa John's pizza delivery woman in the Merchant Square Apartments parking lot.
Chesapeake 911.
We got a hold of the 911 call. The victim told dispatchers one of the robbers stood back while the other one had a silver gun, made her lie on the ground face up, and grabbed $14 from her pocket. Police later found this black Glock on the floorboard of Faulcon's car the night of the robbery, a gun Faulcon legally owned.
I know I didn't commit any crimes with the gun, so I didn't even think about, trying to conceal or hide the gun. The gun was sitting in my car in plain view.
The night of the robbery, police never found the $14 stolen from the victim, but they did find a male's DNA in her pants pockets. It wasn't Faulcon's, it wasn't Smith's, and it wasn't anyone the victim knew.
I automatically assumed that was it. Like, I should have been, charges should have been dropped.
News 3 also got a hold of Faulcon's phone records. They show he was texting a woman at 8:16 p.m. that night, around the same time of the robbery. So what led police to Faulcon and Smith in the first place?
Hey, ma'am, can you tell me exactly what happened?
The victim told 911 she wasn't sure about the race of the man who appeared to be the lookout, but she said she was certain the gunman was African American and wore a dark blue hoodie. She later identified a gray sweater with red lettering found inside Smith's home as what the gunman wore, but a forensic report revealed Faulcon's DNA was not on that sweater. About 20 minutes after the robbery, an officer claims he saw Faulcon and Smith standing down behind Faulcon's white Acura with hoods up over their heads outside Smith's home on River Birch Court, about a quarter mile from the robbery scene. But Smith and Faulcon say they weren't wearing hoodies that night, and they were inside Faulcon's car smoking marijuana.
We saw a police car, and we decided to, go in the house thinking that somebody may have called the police on us for being in the car smoking.
Records say the officer followed Faulcon and Smith to their door that night, started knocking to get them to come out. A second officer with a canine joined the first officer. He too demanded Faulcon and Smith open the door. When they did, the officer who first saw them said neither one of them had on the hooded sweatshirts he observed when they first went in. Police put Faulcon and Smith in handcuffs.
These 2 poor guys just happened to be smoking marijuana in a car close by. It was a perfect storm of the moon, the stars, and the sun aligned, but aligned in the wrong way.
Defense attorneys tried to get that arrest thrown out, saying the first officer who spotted Faulcon and Smith and the second who showed up with the canine didn't have the probable cause to go after Faulcon and Smith in the first place. But records show the judge allowed it to stand, citing testimony from a third officer whose canine tracked from the robbery scene to the back of Faulcon and Smith's location. Records show the officer said his dog tracked a fair scent from the robbery location through an opening in a fence at the apartments to Faulcon and Smith's home. Smith says they were in fear because police were demanding they come out and they didn't know why.
I can't really put it all together in words how helpless it is to feel like that, especially when you know that you haven't done anything.
Court records also show the third officer said his canine and the other officer's canine were alpha males who they tried to keep away from each other. And that's why Broccoletti offered this theory.
He's being drawn to that location by the scent of the other dogs and by the commotion that's going on, not by tracking Brian.
While Faulcon and Smith were handcuffed, surrounded by cops and canines, the victim arrived in the back seat of a police car.
I got handcuffs behind my back. I'm surrounded by police. I look guilty.
She immediately said Faulcon was the one with the gun. But when the victim looked at Smith, she said, I couldn't identify that person 100%, and I certainly don't want to send anyone to jail that hasn't done something. Smith's charges were eventually dropped.
I look at the world differently because I just see how easy it is for your freedom to get taken away.
According to the Innocence Project, mistaken identifications are the leading cause of wrongful convictions.
It's that eyewitness identification is the most fallible form of evidence that there is. How many times do you walk down the street and go, hey, Joe? And he goes, I'm not Joe, I'm Bill.
Bringing someone in and they've got, they're in handcuffs and it says, this is the person. It's really easy to say yes.
Memory expert Dr. Jeffrey Gibbons says suggestive show-up identifications, when an officer brings a witness to see someone they've already apprehended, like what happened to Faulcon and Smith, can lead an already traumatized victim to believe they've got the bad guy. He says not using a lineup can influence identifications too.
When you're putting that person there in front of them and they don't have other options, they're most likely to say, yes, that's the person.
News 3 learned the Department of Criminal Justice Services outlined new policies to lean more on lineups and eliminate suggestive show-ups in the fall of 2011, weeks before Faulcon and Smith's arrest in January of 2012. We recently talked to the Chesapeake police chief about their policies now.
What is different now? Do you refrain from doing show-up identifications that were similar to how Mr. Faulcon was identified now? Do you do lineups?
It depends on the circumstances, but most of the times when we do lineups, they are sequential photos. When we do show-ups, they're only under extreme circumstances, and for the most part, they are very rare.
But listen to this. Our team of investigators learned Chesapeake police lawfully destroyed evidence in a separate robbery investigation that could have potentially created reasonable doubt in Faulcon's case had the victim been shown it in a lineup. But we learned that image didn't surface until after Faulcon was convicted. This is a surveillance image of a man robbing a 7-Eleven in Chesapeake on January 23, 2012. And this is Brian Faulcon's mugshot following his arrest for the robbery of a pizza delivery woman earlier that same night.
Yes, I think it definitely could be mistaken.
Faulcon and his attorneys believe this man robbed the pizza delivery woman at 8:20 p.m. off Eaton Way, then traveled about 3 miles away to this 7-Eleven on Providence Road and robbed them at 10:24 p.m.
That picture, those circumstances, the facts in that, tip the scales, I think, heavily in favor of Brian.
But Faulcon's former attorney says they never brought it up at trial because police never provided them with this evidence until after Faulcon was convicted.
We did what we're legally obligated to do.
Stick around. You'll hear why the Chesapeake police chief says they did nothing wrong by not handing over the 7-Eleven evidence to Faulcon's attorneys.
You wonder, did people do all that they should have done in looking for that?
Faulcon says while he was in the back of the police car, he heard about the 7-Eleven robbery on the police scanner and thought,
that's probably the person who committed the crime.
Police never investigated a possible link between the two cases, even though the 7-Eleven robber's description was similar to the pizza delivery woman's initial description of her robber to 911. African American, 5'7", facial hair.
Did it bear some additional looking to see, oh wait, do we have the wrong people? Could this other guy have done it?
I think you need to take that question in light of all that the detectives on scene that night had with them.
Let's look at that again. As we shared, an officer claims he saw Faulcon and Smith wearing hoodies, like what the victim described in her 911 call, outside Faulcon's white car near Smith's home. But it's not what they were wearing when police arrested them. Faulcon and Smith's attorneys tried to get information about the 7-Eleven robbery from police in 2012, but police denied their Freedom of Information Act request, citing an open criminal investigation. Faulcon's first trial in 2013 ended in a hung jury.
To put that clip in front of her and saying, "Is this the man that robbed you?" And just have her look at that, and whatever expression she had, whatever hesitation she had, whatever pause she had, as she looked at that, would have sent a message to the jury.
Court records reveal the detective later gave approval for all evidence in the unsolved 7-Eleven case to be destroyed, including the VHS tape of the surveillance video in March 2015, the year before Faulcon's second trial in 2016. It too ended in a mistrial. But Chief Wright says there wasn't anything dubious about the destruction. He says the detective wasn't aware of the FOIA request from attorneys.
When a citizen files a FOIA request, or attorney, whomever files a FOIA request, it goes to the FOIA manager, not to the officer. So lots of records are FOIA'd all the time, and the officers, the authors of those reports have no idea that they're being requested.
He went on to say the destruction was within protocol to destroy evidence in unsolved cases not tied to prosecutions or appeals. The chief also pointed out the courts never ordered police to turn the evidence over.
I think this is that 1 in a million case where perhaps it would be beneficial for him, but we're not the arbiters to determine whether he gets that evidence or not. The court is.
Faulcon's third trial in 2018 ended in his conviction. The judge sentenced him to more than 5 years in prison.
Really just couldn't believe it.
But get this. After Faulcon's conviction, one of his attorneys directly reached out to the detective over that 7-Eleven robbery investigation. And that's when the detective found this surveillance image on an old laptop, something the detective said they didn't even realize they had until that very moment.
They were told that the evidence had been destroyed.
Attorney David Hargett appealed Faulcon's conviction based on the newly discovered 7-Eleven evidence.
He has the same skin tone, facial features, facial hair. You can see all that in the photograph. The robber matched her description, her initial description, the one that she gave contemporaneously with the robbery.
But judges at every level denied the appeal.
Like, it'll drive anybody crazy.
Faulcon's friend says it makes his own freedom from the same ordeal bittersweet.
We try to keep Brian's spirits up, keep him positive day by day. It's like every day it's a new struggle, it's something different.
The victim has never wavered on her testimony, but Faulcon can't help but wonder if this image would have created doubt.
Pray for her every night. I mean, I'm sorry she had to endure what she endured, but, you know, it was not me.
We reached out to the victim in this case, but she did not want to speak with us. The DNA evidence, the silver gun versus the black gun, the suggestive show up, the jury knew about all of that, and they still convicted Brian Faulcon. All of his appeals have been denied. His only way forward is an appeal to the United States Supreme Court or a pardon from Governor Northam. Faulcon's family and friends have organized a petition to get the governor's attention that has gained nearly 2,500 signatures. The governor will have to make a final announcement about his list of pardons before he leaves office on January 15th, 2022. We'll be sure to update you if Brian Faulcon is on that list. Jessica Larche, News 3.